All right, we got lots to talk about with our next guest, Pat Blassie from Altair Travel Cruises. Pat, are you still beaming from Saturday when your grandson helped secure the victory for South Carolina?
Oh, my gosh. I mean, what a game. That was the most bizarre. I'm quoting now all the sports writers and the coaches of both teams. It was the craziest game, the most fun game I've ever watched. And, of course, the ending made it wonderful.
Yeah.
Seeing Kyle make that catch. It was so exciting.
And then you told me that one of his best friends tackled him on the play?
Well, you know what, McGraw, that's what it's, serendipity all over again. Everything comes full circle. Mizzou's number 7, his name is Cam Hilton, and Cam and Kyle have been friends since they're, 11, 12 years old. They used to play on these little league football teams together.
Right.
Cam went to Webster. Kyle went to Vianney. They signed for college on the same day. In fact, I have a great photo of them. They had lunch together on their signing day for college, and a cute photo of them, celebrating. And Cam was the one that threw the tackle that
right.
made Kyle.
It was a game-saving tackle. I mean, if he didn't catch him there, he would have run and scored a touchdown there.
Well, he would have made the touchdown, but thank God the kick was made.
Yeah,
thank God and I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of Mizzou fans out there.
You're all right. You will be forgiven.
I love my native state, and I love my Missouri, but
blood is thicker than water.
More.
Right.
Well, you tell Kyle if he had my legs, he would still be running. If he had my speed.
I know. I sent him your text and you said that. Yes, he was beaming. He was so happy. He got a lot of time in that game.
Well, and you know what? He's been injured and he's worked really, really hard. So it's just really good to see a good kid doing good work.
Well, it isn't just Kyle, and it's all these kids. I just don't know that people, you read so much about, some of the athletes that they feel are takers and,
right.
They have such an easy life and they have everything given to them. I don't know that people really understand what goes into these athletes, what they have to do to be on a team and to play these games.
It's a full-time job, and then they have to go to school.
And then they go to school, and they do go to school. I know people think, they blow it off. They don't blow it off.
Right.
I'm so proud of Kyle. He's made honor roll every year since he's been there, and
it's a nice deal.
And then the rain. Oh, my God. It was like the heavens opened up. It was crazy.
It was crazy. All right, now, so we got that. Now, also, when you went to New Zealand, I asked you for one simple favor, and that was to find out if the toilets spun in the opposite direction in the southern hemisphere. You failed me the first time ever. You came back, and you couldn't remember which way it spun in the northern hemisphere to figure out which way it spun in the southern hemisphere. Do I have that correct so far?
That you have it absolutely correct.
So yesterday I'm minding my own business, and I got the answer. No thanks to you. I was watching. I was watching a news conference of the Nebraska football coach Scott Frost, and they switched punters. They went from a left-footed kicker to a right-footed kicker, and listen to Scott Frost's answer when a reporter asks, is there any difference between a left-footed kicker and a right-footed kicker? Listen to this.
Oh, no.
Not really. The ball's going to be spinning the opposite direction. It's like you're in the southern hemisphere.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
There's the
football
answer.
Coach, he knew it, didn't he?
He knew. So the ball spins in the opposite direction, just like the southern hemisphere. So.
Pat, you can sleep at night now.
Mystery solved. Thank goodness, whenever you get to New Zealand, that's the first thing you're going to look at.
That is exactly right. Tourism board.
Forget about the beautiful scenery. Let's chuck the toilet.
All right, trips. What are we doing on trips? What's going on? Oh, you have your Ireland thing.
We have so much going on. Farmer Dave, people really have to step back and take a look at his trip. It's only a 4-day trip, but it's just chock full, and you go to Cuba, It's a great time. It's a great family trip. Schools will probably be out. It's the end of May. Most schools are out. It's a all-inclusive cruise. I mean, everything's included: bar, all your meals, and Cuba. You go to Cuba.
Yeah.
So that's one in May. Miss Sherry, not only is doing one spring training trip, this year she's doing two. And actually, she's got me to blame for that. Her trip always sells out. You know, her annual trip is always the opening game, and then I think it's a 5-day trip. Well, now we're doing one later in the month, so there's another trip offered because her trip sells out so fast. And then let's see what else we got. Well, we have yours, but of course you're sold out.
Right.
Then Betty Sterling of our office is doing a great trip on a Holland America ship again in May, the Koningsdam, pretty much repeating the itinerary that we did last year, McGraw, except hers includes the island of Malta, which is a very it's not a regular stop on most cruise itineraries.
Right.
And I mean, it's a great trip. Let's see, what else do we have coming out?
Well, don't you have a big Ireland thing tomorrow night at the office?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have, actually, we had to go to 2 events again. We are having an event in the living room at Altair covering Ireland and Britain, Ireland and Scotland, excuse me. And we had a 6:30 event, and that sold out. And so now we moved, we had some overflow that we moved to 4 o'clock. And I think there's a few spots open for the 4 o'clock. So if you're thinking of Ireland or you're thinking of Scotland, come join us. But, call today. You must RSVP.
Right.
Because, we have food and we have
sure. So the
we
4
have to prepare.
The 4 o'clock meeting tomorrow at your office has a few spots left.
Exactly.
Exactly. Gotcha. And you have to call to save a spot. It's free and open to the public, but you need a head count.
And then also we're doing Alaska with the World Bird Sanctuary, our feathered friends, and that's in June or late May. Another fun trip, a 7-day Inside Passage cruise. So there's, and I'm planning an Africa trip for next late October, early November.
You and Melania are going to go back to Africa. That's the way it works.
Gosh.
Or
You know
Jennifer
what?
Williams.
All
She'll
right.
go back again now that she's been there.
All right, Pat Blassie, Altair Travel Cruises, right next to O.B. Clark's on Brentwood Boulevard. Good work, Pat Blassie. 314-968-9600, altairtravel.com. Good work, Pat. Congrats.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thanks, Pat.
Pat.
Thanks, Kelly.
846, Big 550 KTRS. So the football and the toilet spins in the opposite direction in the Southern Hemisphere. 846, Big 550 KTRS. Let me tell you about John Beal Roofing. Got any roofing issues? John Beal Roofing, 1-800-NEW-ROOF or johnbealroofing.com. You know that he can measure your roof with his phone? That is its exact measurements. So he can order the exact